All right, hard times out, guys, and things we never planned for. One of the things that concerns people is food, and I want to talk about beans. I ate lots of beans growing up in Oklahoma. It was one of my mom's favorite dishes, and by golly, she was good at it. Beans and rice store for a long time, up to 3 years. Beans are one of the perfect foods. Lots of protein, lots of fiber. Rice is a good carbohydrate source. I decided I wanted to show my friends my mom's recipe for beans and then with some rice. So when I wanted to buy some beans to get through this quarantine, I went down to Shamrock Distributors. Shamrock Distributors is a wholesale place, and I thought I'd buy a couple of 10-pound bags of beans and rice. So I got there, and 50 pounds was all they had. I was a little embarrassed when I asked for a 10-pound bag, I'll be honest. So I bought a bag of rice and a bag of beans, 100 pounds total. I don't think that's hoarding, do you? I mean, I just bought a bag of beans, a bag of rice. I got these beans back from Shamrock, and I put them in storage containers, and we're gonna make some beans today. Now, I wanna go over a little math with you. So I got this 50-pound bag of rice and this 50-pound bag of beans here, and I did some calculations. There's 1,280 calories in a pound of beans, dried beans. There's 1,470 calories in a pound of dried rice. So 50 pounds of beans has 64,000 calories, and 50 pounds of rice has 73,500 calories. So the two bags, 50 pounds of rice, 50 pounds of beans, has a total of 137,500 calories. So if you figure I need 2,000 calories a day to live and be healthy, and you got a total of 137,500 calories, that means I have 69 days of food. The beans, 50 pounds of beans were 35 bucks, and 50 pounds of rice was 25 bucks, for a total of 60 bucks. So if you divide 60 bucks by 69 days of food, I can eat for 87 cents a day. It doesn't have to be that expensive, and not only am I going to be eating cheap, I'm eating very nutritiously, protein, fiber, carbohydrates. I can make it for 69 days. And if this sounds boring, my dog eats the same thing every day. Does this look like he doesn't like his food? If he can do it, humans can do it. The perfect food for less than $1 a day. So let's get started with the beans. Now the first thing we have to do these days, of course, and anytime, to be sure and wash our hands for about 20 seconds. See that? Okay. And then you take your beans and spread them out on a countertop and be sure they don't have rocks in them. In this case, I've got 2 cups of beans, and that should make between 5 to 6 cups of cooked beans. So we put the beans into the pot here and put about 1 inch of water over them, and you can see here how the water swirls around, and we're going to let these things set overnight. Well, here we have them the next morning, and you can see now the water's turned brown and dirty, the beans are swollen up. So the first thing we got to do before we start cooking is we've got to wash these puppies off a little bit. So we're going to put them in a container here. And now let's wash these off really good. We've got our hands clean. And now we've cleaned this pot up, and let's put the washed beans back in. And let's fill this up with about, I don't know, a couple inches of water over the top. Okay, here's our beans in here. All right, let's start loading these things up. You could just simply go beans and a little salt and a little pepper and some garlic cloves here, and I've quartered up some onion, just big pieces of onions. You can see these. They go in. Okay. Now, to kick this up a little bit, we're going to add some freshly chopped cilantro, which is always good. All right, and some raw bacon pieces here. That's fat. A little fat really makes this good. We're going to put some sausage in a little later, but not for right now. And my favorite spice, cumin. I don't know, maybe a tablespoon. Cumin, okay? Now, in goes a big old heaping tablespoon of better than bouillon chicken. This is really good stuff, better than bouillon cubes. So that'll give it a nice flavor. So let's get this stirred up a little bit, and let's get this cooking. So we're going to bring this to a boil, and then we're going to let it simmer for 2 or 3 hours. Okay, you can see this is boiling now. It's been about a minute or so. So now we're going to turn the heat way down to low. And we're going to put a lid on here, and we're going to let these beans simmer for about a couple hours. All right, our beans have been simmering for about an hour now, so we're going to put some nice link sausage in this. This is really going to kick this up and make this a delicious meal. So here we go. All right. Let's give it a little stir here. Okay, our beans have been simmering now for about 2 hours, the last hour with the sausage in, so we're ready for a test of how things are going. What we can do here is we can just simply get in here and take a bean and just kind of press them down a little, and if they smash out, they're ready. Or if you want, you can simply take a bean yourself, and let's see how these taste. Consistency is perfect. These beans are good to go. All right, let's try these beans out. It's been about a day, and I'm ready to get into this. So we'll come in here and get some nice beans in here. Got some sausage in that, and maybe just a little more juice. I'd like a little juice in there. How about that, huh? So, here we go. And let's take some rice here. I've made some nice white rice. Put that on top. Garnish with a few green onions. And I let just a little cilantro yesterday. Now guys, that's a bowl of beans there, huh? Hard times will come again no more. Less than $1 a day, you can have this. Well, that's it. Adios. Let's all hang tough. Yum, yum. Bon appetit, partner.